All right, y'all, this is our take. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. All our Spotify, iTunes listeners, this is Marc, the moderator.
This is Banks, T-Voy, the voice of reason.
Leaf is only family, Brooklyn forever.
Avery the Process, a.k.a. the guy with the tie, no tie today.
Okay, so the question I have, NFL. We're going to talk a little NFL. I'm going to ask a question. If you're the GM of the Steelers, and Pittsburgh is right now lost Le'Veon Bell, and now you have the AB turmoil going on. Front page news all the time.
I haven't lost Le'Veon Bell yet, but go ahead.
No, they lost Le'Veon Bell. Bell ain't coming back.
I just mean technically, technically he's still on the team.
Okay. So my question to you, what would you do with Antonio Brown at this point?
Antonio Brown has to be gone. He's traded. There's no coming back from this. It is a wrap. It is done. Let's package him and Le'Veon, and let's get something going.
Wow. Damn, that's a hell of a package, boy.
That sounds like a Madden deal. That's a Madden deal, though.
But you could get a lot back for those two dudes. You know what I mean? And AB.
Well, hold on. Can you trade? I don't think they don't have the rights to Le'Veon Bell.
You're right, because he didn't play absolutely right.
Yeah, they don't have the rights to him.
All right, but I just think it's a bad situation. There's no coming back. He's a very, I don't want to say sensitive, but he's a diva player, and he realized. He sees that I'm getting older, and he sees that next young thing over there balling, and everybody paying attention to Juju. And they brought up that was part of the reason why the beef started in the locker room, because the players voted Juju their offensive player of the year. So that got to him. It's a wrap. You're 30. You got the young thing over there looking all pretty and stuff.
He sounds like a dude that played basketball in Golden State. I'm just saying. Go ahead, man.
Look, I'm gonna come at this from a different way. Look, to answer your question, if you're the GM, yes, you have to trade AB. You can't bring him back into that locker room. But I see him being called a diva and all this, and he's being eviscerated on the radio. Everywhere you listen to you can't do anything. You can't do anything. You can't do anything with AB. I don't want him on my team and all that. But the problem that I have is that nobody's checking Ben Roethlisberger on Nobody's checking Ben Roethlisberger. Now, they want to call AB a diva and all that. That's fine. But supposedly, the thing that happened is either he ran the wrong route or Ben something happened on the route, and Ben said, get somebody else out here. This guy's trash or something like that. And AB was on some, rightfully so. Who the F are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? AB has made a lot of money for Ben Roethlisberger. He's done a lot for that Pittsburgh Steelers organization. I have the problem with Ben has gone unchecked on so many levels. This guy's on the radio bashing teammates. Every time something goes wrong, there's never this. It was my fault. You know that I did the wrong thing.
So he doesn't do what the great quarterbacks do, huh?
I'm not even going to go that far. All I'm just saying is that is one position on the field that a lot of times, even if it's not your fault, the easiest way to fix a problem is say, bad throw, my fault, we get it next time. Yo, can you imagine supposedly a Hall of Fame, 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback telling an all-pro receiver, get this guy out here, get me somebody else out here, this guy's trash or whatever he said.
Aaron Rodgers be doing?
I'm just saying, and now look at the problems that they're having in Green Bay too. Look at Aaron Rodgers went from the shiny, supposedly Hall of Fame best of this. That this talks now he can't get along with coaches. He doesn't get along with his family. This guy, you know what I'm saying? So,
but let's stay out.
In the lane, you have to trade AB though. That's what
listen. You got to trade him. But I'll take it a step further. Yeah, we got the whole Ben situation, and I was going to bring that up that nobody checks Ben, and I think that it's kind of down a trickle-down effect, you know. And I think what's happening is the players around kind of see that. I think they see like, yo, Ben is just this. He's like a part of the untouchables. Right. He's that. He's what do you call it? He's the Teflon Don up in there. All of this is Mike Tomlin's fault. Mm-hmm. All of this is Mike Tomlin's fault. You know why I feel it's Mike Tomlin's fault? Because Mike Tomlin does not, in my opinion, here's my opinion. At some point, you have to be able to say, look, I'm a coach. If you want me to win, I need the players that got me to the place that got me to win. If we can't have this Le'Veon Bell issue. Owners can't intercede with what's going on in the field. I've always said that a GM is always the problem in football because they're too closely intertwined with the owner. The owner wants to put butts in the seat. That's their idea. They want to win, but they want to put butts in the seat. The GM, guess what? He's got to deal with what the owner wants. Then he's got to figure out how to put players on the field for that coach. So He's caught in the middle. He doesn't really always make the best and the wise decisions, but the coach has to rein all of that in and be able to say, yo, ownership, what y'all want me to do, man? You got a guy that I can't check in Ben, right? Nobody can talk to Ben. Ben is always right. God runs the wrong route, or whether he throws the ball wrong, it's his fault, right? So now you got that. You got we don't need Le'Veon Bell. Word. I don't care how good Connor was. I'm sorry. The story's different. You need Le'Veon Bell. They're gonna need AB. I hope Pittsburgh crashes and burns.
Real quick, Mark, real quick. Just like you got a black coach, white quarterback, and all that. I think that's part of the dynamic too. And a black receiver's like, yo, dude, this dude is talking trash. You never say anything to him, but I'm always the problem.
But hold on. Come on. Quarterbacks call out their wide receivers all the time, son.
Ben does it. But
Tom Brady does it too, son. Like, people do it. They call out their wide receivers, but
on their radio shows and all that.
Yo, let me say this, because I think y'all three are so off base.
Who the hell are you talking to?
Because y'all being emotional. If you're a GM, and I said from a GM seat, if you're going to lose Le'Veon Bell, you cannot lose 2 All-Pro players off your team in the same year.
Damage is done.
That you cannot do.
So what are you saying? You saying you got to keep them and you got to figure it out?
GM, you got to get in. You got to get these dudes in this off season and get them on the at least to start the season out on the same page. Because if you lose AB and you lose Le'Veon, that as a GM, as the person of putting this personnel on the field, you look horrible.
Here's where I'm gonna disagree with you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take this.
I'm gonna disagree with you with this, because if you're a good GM, you already got AB's replacement there, and the person who took AB spot, you got his spot lined up the same way. Let me finish.
AB's replacement.
I think so. In the same way everybody doubted them getting rid of Emmanuel Sanders to make AB the number 1 dude. If you're a good GM, you know I can let him go because Juju has star potential and we got other dudes that can fill in.
Now I just want to throw a gap in there. Everyone thought that Connor was Le'Veon's replacement, and look what happened. He looked good, shiny first, and then towards the end. Wait. Once again, you looked at just like he just said.
It's production, though.
You need Le'Veon.
It's different. It's different.
And that's what I'm sitting here saying to you. Juju to me is going to struggle without AB being out there.
You don't know.
End of the day, it's the owner's team. And I keep telling y'all, slave the master mentality. It's the owner's team. Let me check you. You're not going to show me up. I don't need you. Owner or GM says, yo, I don't see this guy on my team next year. That's them saying, I own this team. I run this team. You a player. Stay in your place. I get somebody else to replace you. Crash and burn, Pittsburgh.
Write this down. March 18th. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Because that's the date.
That roster bonus.
That's the date.
There's something you had said. You said that AB made Ben a lot of money, and this is why I say DeAndre Hopkins is the best wide receiver. When Ben isn't playing, AB usually struggles.
Okay.
So
somebody mentioned that.
So
go ahead, though.
On that note, this is our take, y'all. Tell us how you feel. Check out the comments. Hit us up. Thank you for listening on Spotify and on iTunes. This is our take.
Hey, YouTube, man. We forget y'all, man. We love y'all, man.
Peace.
Just say comment on. Yeah.
Just specifically